The lights flickered against empty chairs. Wine glasses untouched. 100 candles breathing alone. Grand opening night, and I stood in the center of my dream, listening to quiet that tasted like abandonment. My phone buzzed. Wife, we need to talk about the restaurant. Cold, clinical, not congratulations, not proud of you, just business. Outside, laughter spilled from passing cars. The world went on, while I wiped imaginary fingerprints from polished marble to keep my hands busy. Control always lived in motion. I checked my watch. They still had time to walk through that door. They wouldn't. I knew it before the night began. Another vibration. My brother's social media live stream. Their voices, my bloodline, my supposed loyalty. They were clapping. For him. His corporate promotion party. My parents, my cousins, my wife, smiling under golden lights. Not one of them here. I locked the doors alone. My wife called an hour later. I didn't answer. Instead, I stared at my reflection in the dark glass. A man who built a dream and was repaid with silence. My phone rang again. This time a voice message. My daughter-in-law, arrogant and sharp like cheap perfume over insecurity. If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes. I listened twice. Let the insult marinate. Then I sent one word. Silence was my weapon now. I tasted it, savored it. Later that night, I posted photos, not of the restaurant, but of my villa in Switzerland, infinity pool, private vineyard, snow kissing the mountains. I hadn't told any of them about it. My phone exploded, 71 missed calls. I turned it off. Let them drown in confusion. Let them taste abandonment. The night air felt colder when I walked home. Not from winter, from clarity. The next morning my wife stormed in, slammed her purse down like entitlement carried weight. Why didn't you tell me about those properties, that money? Her voice wasn't hurt, it was offended. I didn't answer. Silence again. It cut deeper than shouting. She filled the quiet herself. They always do. You embarrassed us. Everyone thought you were struggling. We supported your brother because he's the stable one. Support. That word twisted like a dull blade in my ribs. They didn't support me. They abandoned me, dismissed me, chose convenience over loyalty. Why hide something like that from your own wife? I wanted to laugh, not with humor, with revelation, because she would have used it, spent it, ensured it fed everyone but me. Because I'd been watching her, quietly, the extra smiles at family gatherings, her late-night texts she guarded like a snake coiling around prey, the way she talked about my brother's leadership, his future, his ambition more than mine. I had suspected long before the villa. Money just sharpened the truth. I stared at her like she was a stranger wearing familiar skin. She kept talking, explaining, justifying betrayal without calling it that. Every excuse tasted like ashes. I said nothing. Not yet. Suspicion is a quiet seed. Water it with observation and it grows fangs. I saved screenshots, phone logs, location history, private messages synced to the cloud she didn't know existed. It wasn't just emotional abandonment. It was opportunistic loyalty, conditional love. They all treated my dreams like delusions until the money appeared. The restaurant was my test, not of business, of loyalty. And they failed. I tracked dates, cross-checked receipts, not for theatrics, for truth. Even my daughter-in-law, so quick to mock, begged her friends in private messages to push my husband to work harder like his uncle. I watched them praise the wrong man, invest in the wrong future, bet against me while sleeping under my roof, eating my name like a shield. They forgot I was quiet, not blind, loyal, not stupid. They wanted the wealth without the respect, the benefits without the bond. And I let them believe they chose correctly. That was my real design. Not the restaurant, not the villa, the test, and they failed. When the full evidence lay before me, I called a family meeting. They arrived expecting drama, emotion, a plea for understanding. Instead, I served silence, coffee, a manila folder, receipts, screenshots, texts praising my brother, mocking me, doubting me. My wife's breathing grew shallow. My daughter-in-law went pale. My brother didn't meet my eyes. "What is this?" my wife whispered. "Truth," I said. Just that. Simple. Cold. She tried to speak. I raised a hand. Conversation was no longer a currency they could afford. They had chosen a side. Now they would keep it. I turned the folder toward them like evidence in a court where justice was mine to deliver. My wife finally broke. "You should have talked to me." I did. My voice was quiet, steady. "You just answered with doubt." She flinched. I watched emotion carve through her face like wind eroding stone. Shock first, then fear, then realization. I wasn't angry. I was done. "You hid everything from us," my brother muttered. "No," I corrected. "You hid who you were first." I placed keys on the table. Villa, penthouse, golf estate, all purchased without their knowledge. "All of this," I said softly, "was never for people who clapped for another man on my night." My wife swallowed, trembled. "So, what now?" I looked at her wedding ring. "Take the life you chose," I said, "the one without me in it. No yelling, no drama, no tears. Just a signature waiting on divorce papers I prepared silently while they mocked me." My daughter-in-law whispered, "You can't walk away from family." "I didn't," I replied. "You walked first." When they finally left, silence returned. This time, it wasn't empty. It was freedom. I stood in my restaurant, lights low, tables waiting for strangers who might appreciate what blood refused to see. I didn't need applause anymore. Validation was a child's hunger. I had truth, and truth fed better than love. I locked the door. One last glance at the world I built alone. They lost access, not because I punished them, but because they revealed themselves unworthy. There is no satisfaction in crushing someone, just clarity. I didn't destroy them. They ruined themselves.